Hi guys, welcome to the Tap House. I'm your host E,
And I'm Kay.
and he's back, and we do have a special thing for y'all. So
Yeah.
give me
I'm
1
back.
second. Give me 1 second.
Decided to come out finally. Timidly, because things are still pretty crazy out there. I gotta stay safe. Gotta do that stuff. But he's gonna have a little.
Hello there! Do I see my father? Hello there, do I see my mother and my sisters? And my brothers? Hello there, do I see a line of people back to the beginning? Lord, do they call to me? Oh shit. Lord, they do call to me. They bid to take my place among them in the halls of Valhalla! Valhalla! Where the brave may live forever. Okay. Show them the me. Show them the me.
You're incredibly loud. But anyways,
Yeah.
we have. Man, warn somebody before you start yelling. But anyways, we got me today because E mentioned in the other episode about venturing out of the beer world, which I mean we'll still rate beers. We will always stay true to our beginnings, but sometimes you want a little different. And this mead is called Viking Blood, and it's from a meadery called Dunskin Mead. Stop moving my thing.
You're pretty close to it. I am too. Never mind. Continue.
But anyways, a little bit off the background. The world's oldest fermented beverage made from honey has been a popular drink for Europe to Australia, dating back to long before the Viking times. One of the earliest references to fermented honey can be found in the Hindus of India's holy books, the Veda books, which dates back to 4,000 years and possibly even earlier than that. So our products are brewed based on a recipe from about year 1700, and the ingredients are pure and 100% natural, guaranteed free from additives of any kind. Honey is the major and most important item in the recipe. And this is mead is their own recipe, and it's got hibiscus and hops added for to make it a little interesting, make it a little more better. But mead is not a beer, as E said last time. No, I don't know who told him that it was a beer.
Sorry, all I hear is my puppy go. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, it's. I looked it up on Google.
Oh well, yeah. Mead is a type of fermented drink made out of honey, and it's usually it's usually fermented using wine yeast. So a lot of people like to call it honeyed wine as well, since it uses honey wine yeast. But
Let me get my girl out real quick.
it's a little interesting. And actually, what I found interesting is that this meadery is based off in it's from Dutch, Danish, and it's from a little village, a little town in Billund, and that town is actually the birthplace of Legos. So they got nice meaderies and birthplace of Legos.
Legos. I'm back, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Ah, well, that's anticlimactic. It didn't even pop.
I didn't want it to pop because I have all my electronics back here. So if it popped, it would have popped literally on top of the Focusrite.
Well, I don't think it's that much carbonated. Well, E wanted to keep it all nice and fancy. Their suggestion is to drink it out of a wine glass, so that's what we're doing.
A little bit more fancy out here. I think it's much more elegant. I think, I understand. I mean, not I understand. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. Ooh, look, it looks honeyful.
Well, yeah, it always, mead has, I was expecting it to be red because of, the blood, but also because of the hibiscus flowers, which,
Yours looks much more darker compared to mine. Nope, never mind.
No, it's because of the light, the way the light is hitting it.
Yeah, like if you angle it towards the light around this, the way I'm looking at, because we have a light over here and a light right here on the right side, on the left and right. I kind of angle it towards it, and it looks kind of pinkish and rosy. But right now, after I guess when I was pouring it, it looked like that. But maybe inside the bottle, that one right here, the Viking blood, it might have looked. From the inside, it might have looked kind of rosy, pinkish.
But it's a 19% by alcohol by volume.
How much are your wines normally, typically?
They're around the same. Around
Yeah,
that.
I thought 19% was a lot. Well, you know, when I first saw Viking blood at the store, I didn't know that mead. I didn't know meads and ciders and beers were all different categories. I thought they were all just the same categories. But when I found out, because at first I thought this was beer. I was like, damn, 19% for beer? For Viking blood? That's fucking dope, you know?
Yeah.
Then I realized it was a mead. And I was like, wait, is mead a beer? And I think that's whenever I was like, I Googled it and I had to figure out, yeah, maybe it is just different categories.
It's
And then M rated the cider, and I was like, oh, I already fucked that up by rating the cider.
I mean, they group them together with beer because you usually drink. I mean, you find them in bars and stuff, and you know, it's a higher alcohol drink than having to drink hard liquor. So let's see how it tastes. And you can, as with all meads, I mean, I think this is his first mead
Ever.
So as with all meads, you're always gonna get that same scent, and it's just honey. It's just straight up honey.
I don't smell the honey. I smell liquor.
Well, I mean,
Liquor.
but yeah, it's got a sweet. It's a sweet, and it kind of smells like wine as well. But you know, it's got a sweet scent.
What's that wine that you get from the churches? Those wines that they give you to drink the blood of God. But in this one, the blood of Odin.
That's good. That's good mead.
Oh shit, my battery's running low. Well, thank God he reminded me. Keep talking. I gotta take the phone.
But anyways, that's good mead. Let me take another taste. Woo! Oh man, it's a little hits you a little bit. It is very sweet. Like it's like you're just squirting the honey bottle into your mouth, and there's a little bit of sting from the alcohol, but it's just straight sweet. I was kind of hoping more for the hibiscus because I personally love hibiscus, and for all the Hispanics out there, it's Jamaica.
Jamaica? Oh, Jamaica? That's what it is? Oh, dude. I don't fuck this up because I don't like Jamaicas and I don't even like honey.
Well, it doesn't.
I guess I'm not Mexican enough.
There's no hibiscus taste because you know hibiscus is very sour. For all of you guys that haven't tasted hibiscus drink.
I can taste the honey hard.
Yeah, it's just straight honey flavor,
but it's not that like okay. My metaphors are horrible, right? But imagine you have a lighter, and then you put a line of fluid on the floor, and you match it. You light it on fire. The fire is the honey, and the fluid is liquor, obviously, right?
Yeah.
That's how it feels drinking it. It feels like the fluid goes down, the liquor goes down first, and you just feel the liquor going through your throat. And I don't know why I keep doing that. And the honey just chases it after.
Yeah.
After that, and it feels very liquidy, but at the same time kind of sticky.
Yeah, it's very viscous.
Way.
See, I don't know if the camera catches it, but look.
Oh, let me put it up there. I got it.
Look at that viscous. Well, it's not. It's more viscous than when you would think of a regular beer, or anything. But I like it. I enjoy meads. This isn't my first mead. I like meads because I like the taste of honey. So this is a yay for me. And if you guys like mead, check them out. Viking blood. You don't get the hibiscus, which is a little bit of a disappointment for me because I like hibiscus too, and I think that would help cut the sweetness down a little bit because it could be a little too sweet. But I'll still drink it.
At first when I didn't know what to expect, but once the initial reaction is out the way and knowing what to expect, I'm able to enjoy it a little better, and I not drink it in a way where I would think I would normally drink wine, which wine you just kind of like mix it all in your mouth. This one I'm kind of drinking it like it's water, just let it just fall through my throat, and it's a unique feeling that I don't normally get with beers, and other wines. Maybe because I haven't drank meats before, and I'm not a big wine drinker as well. But from what I get in so far, and I don't know if I should be even rating it because I have never drank meats. But I guess for people who are like a meat drinkers, like, hey, go by what his standards are.
It's definitely on the sweeter side of mead because mead it's a range. There's some meats that can be very dry, and it like wine. You got dry, semi-sweet, sweet, and all that. This is more on the sweet side. So if you like really sweet mead, this one will be a good one for you.
The way I'm drinking it is like the way I drink tequila. I drink it and I breathe through out my nose, and I breathe through my mouth. That makes sense?
Yeah, but why would you do?
Because I don't want to taste the flavor. I'm not a big honey fan, so I'm trying not to taste the flavor. But I mean, once it goes down my throat, I think it's just everything merges together, and it feels really good.
You don't like anything.
That's why I'm very, very hesitant to buy anything that's just out of my realm. But again, I have to rate random things, beers, meads now. I guess now add meads, ciders, and beers. I don't know what's next. Tequila, liquor. Fuck, I don't even know. Sorry. I gotta stop cussing. By the way, if I say any F-bombs, if I say any F-bombs, that's a great drinking game out there. Take a shot.
They're gonna be drunk by like halfway through the episode.
You already have 3 shots so far.
But mead, ciders, and beers can kind of be grouped together. They're not necessarily the same thing, but they can be grouped together because they're not hard liquors. So that's why generally a lot of people group them together because they're kind of in the same range that you can drink them more than you would, like, let's say a tequila or vodka or whatever.
And they're typically sorry for interrupting you, when you go into to like a liquor store, they're right next to each other, kind of like the meads, the ciders, and then the beers, and then the meads, the ciders, the stouts, then it goes into the beers.
Yeah,
that's the way I see the liquors kind of pour them next to each other.
So they're soft liquors. I just coined that. Soft liquor.
Soft liquors, I guess. But I think, what do you believe it being a 1700-year-old recipe? Do you think it kind of, if you think about it back in the past and you really think about it, does this kind of resemble a 1700-year-old recipe? Or do you think, it's just bullshit?
No. Well, I guess a little bit of both, because they're kind of bullshitting a little bit, like, oh, it's old, but I'm sure if they brewed, the ingredients might be the same, but the techniques are better.
The fermentation, right?
The fermentation. So if you get like a mead that was brewed back then to a mead that's brewed now, it'll probably look a lot more, rustic, like more like cloudy or whatever,
and more particles inside of it.
Yeah, because the filtration wasn't as advanced as it is now. So,
But there's been more things advanced back then than at the moment. We can still, people say we can build pyramids supposedly, which doesn't make sense.
What do you mean supposedly?
Hold the fuck up. Hold up, real quick. Now, not us, but them in the past. They built pyramids, but we can't replicate that now.
Yes, we can.
People say that. People say we can't.
Yes, we can. The only people that say that we can't is the stupid conspiracy people.
Okay, well then, conspiracy debunked.
It's just
over
that we
here.
we don't have a need to build pyramids.
Well, precisely exactly how it is. But why not? It'd be fun. I think it'd be good. Well, anyway, so we can talk about that in a little bit. But I'm gonna say, for what I feel like the first meat I had, I still want to drink it. So I don't think it's a nay for me. I think for me, I think I'm leaning more to a yay. So I think for me and Kay, I think the meat is gonna be a yay. So for anybody who wants to drink it, we just tapped that review. So check it out.
But yeah.
I keep forgetting to say that. I've been every time I always do a review, I always forget we just tapped that review, and then little thing comes out.
You always change the sound of the voice.
It's been the same the whole time. The thing.
Oh, okay.
What I was talking about, because like, do you really think the technique now that we have, the filtration of the mead, is as doesn't make a difference of the taste just because of filtration? What if the filtration back then, even if it wasn't the best, would that flavor be better than this?
I don't know. Some people, well, yeah, the taste is gonna be a little different because it's gonna have different filtrations. And plus, they were using, they didn't have refrigerators or anything like that. So the temperatures, temperature can really affect fermentation because of course, it's yeast, and yeast is alive, so it likes to be alive at a certain temperature. So now we have the technology to be able to control the temperature, so we can make more precise things more regularly. So if you want, I can buy like 10 bottles of this and they're all gonna taste exactly the same. Yet back then
it's all different.
It's all different because the temperatures and the way it was stored, or if the yeast was different or whatever. You could get 10 bottles of it, but they might change the flavor a little bit. And some people like that because they like to. They like, oh, it's more natural, it's more whatever, and there's merit to that. But we live in the 22nd century already.
Is it 20? That's 21st though.
No, are you sure?
Yeah, 21st though. Because Fox hasn't changed their logo to 22nd Century Fox.
Yeah, but that's a company. They're not gonna.
Why wouldn't they change it?
Yeah, Google this real quick right now.
Are we 20? No, we're not. I think it'll be on Twitter. Training 22nd century, bro. Woke. I don't know. I for me, like, what kind of
oh yeah, it is the 21st century. That's not gonna, man, I feel dumb. That's not gonna change to the next century until 2100.
Yeah, it's 100 years, right?
Yeah. Sorry guys.
I was like,
stupid.
damn, like I would think I would have remembered it jumping to 22nd century. I mean we were doing good things now. Real quick before I go into anything else, how do you think the promotion of the meats back then were? Like, hey, meats from this meat from this place. Would it be just meats and like in general, where we think they'll put like meats has hops and meats have this and
no, I think
made by the best broker or
no,
I don't know.
I think it was just meat because back then this was actually what people drank instead of water because water was more dirty. Yeah. So this was considered a safer, more healthier choice to drink, like not just meats in general, but like ales and beers and stuff. But so it was just meat. They weren't like concerned about, oh, it's got notes of coffee or vanilla or whatever. And like, no man, I'm thirsty, just give me some meat. And I mean, yeah, you could get into it that different like, what's it called, monasteries and monks would brew it like different things, and like some monasteries had like better tasting ones, so like they got a better reputation. They'll be like, oh, this is meat from so and so's monastery. I was like, oh, okay, that's a little more better. But I think there was no advertising back then.
Damn, I was gonna say something about the meats, but shoot, it blew up. Like, I'm listening to you and I'm like, yeah, like that's crazy how like water was way more contaminated than meats. And like for right now, I'm drinking it. I'm like, I will not be satisfied drinking it. You know what I mean? Like for food and shit like that. Like I'll be thirsty right now. I'm like, oh man, I want some water, But
I mean, you don't have to drink all of it.
No, I enjoy it more.
It can be assumed that this is gonna be my bottle.
I'm drinking half of it because it tastes better than gin and tonic that I made and that you made.
I corrected his mistake.
Yeah. So I mean, also by the way, for people who don't know, if you're expecting to buy this Viking Blood bottle, let me just make it out here again. if you're expecting to buy this is going to be a $33 purchase.
33?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. You thought it was gonna fucking be cheap?
When I Venmo the money, I thought that was gonna cover most of it. Because I remember when I went and I saw that
it was
I thought
28.
I thought it was $15.
Oh God, no, that was 30.
That's why I gave you 14.
Oh,
I'll let you pay $1.
Yeah, you know how you asked me buy meat that's not that expensive.
Yeah.
My first time when you said buy a meat, I was like, oh hell yeah, you know which one I want to get is that Vikings blood. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just tell them give me whatever you want. I'll pay the rest of it. I wasn't even tell you which one I was gonna get. And then when you said get the Viking blood, and I was like, well, I already bought it. I was like, okay, so I guess he knew I was gonna get the most expensive one.
Whenever back before we were doing this more, when I was more regular on this thing, and we were buying the beer, and I would go there and I would see the mead, I swore that I think the most expensive I thought it was gonna be was 18, but I didn't know it was gonna be $28. Well, sorry about that, buddy. Hey, half and half, technically.
Yep.
But no, there was actually another one that was I don't know if they still have it, because it was a promotional for the Game of Thrones thing, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be cheaper than that, but because they had 2 Game of Thrones.
There we go.
2 Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
ones.
they have the one with the crows coming out, and also the one with the banners.
No, I think the one with the banner.
But those are beers, aren't they?
Their beer. The one with the banner it's a beer mead mix, and that was gonna be my second choice. But then I was like, man, I really want to try that Viking blood because of the hibiscus, which was, I guess, disappointment because no hibiscus at all.
For me, it was more because of like the original ingredients since back 1700 years. They, since like way back before the Vikings, and I was like, oh man, bro,
well,
you sold me. You saw me. I got it. Good advertising. I got it.
But yeah, those.
But you know what got me though? I was like, if this is good advertisement, like who would just get a sticker and peel it on a bottle? Like, look at that. Like even better breweries have better.
Yeah, they.
I don't like that.
The bottle is ceramic itself, so they could have maybe etched it.
Like make it look like a Viking bottle, like carved it out. Some I don't know. It just
if you take the sticker off, the bottle itself is pretty cool. I mean,
yeah, just keep the bottle and just engrave Viking or something, or Viking's blood, and I'd be like dope. Or even then, if Viking's blood, make it where this shit looks like fucking blood in some ways. You know what I mean?
Well,
and then have a little bit of liquor coming, like see through the bottle, so you can see the inside of it and it looks like it's blood.
Well,
man, hey, call me, bros.
Well, it's kind of hard to overpower the honey, because honey, I mean, it's gold. It's gold. It's a gold color, and I don't know how much hibiscus they brewed into it, and it would have taken a lot of hibiscus to make this red. And hibiscus, Jamaica is red because hibiscus is a red flower.
But if you look at it from the top view, there's some weird pinkish into it.
I don't see any.
Maybe it's just my fucking eyes, man. What else? Oh man, maybe the honey's fucking me up. 3 F-bombs right there in just one sentence. Damn.
I know. Shot. Just line them up. Line them up, because that's he's not stopping.
I'm stopping somewhat. But do you feel like your throat is feeling like dry?
No.
No. Does it feel like it's soothing it?
A little bit.
It's so weird. It feels like it's a medicine.
Because well, yeah, because I mean,
honey is for throat.
Honey is a good throat remedy.
This is perfect for if you have a cold, if you have the corona, if you
Speaking of that, I mean, I don't know if it's just me or if it's you or if it's anybody out there. I mean, obviously I've been off the show for a while for obvious reasons. The coronavirus, I took it. It was a gut punch to me, and I mean, I know a lot of people out there are like, who cares, whatever, it's fine, things are open, whatever.
I just want to party.
Yeah.
I just want to enjoy my life, this and that.
But for me, it was a little different, and I was definitely not expecting how this pandemic was going to affect me, because to me before, I was like, whatever, I don't care, whatever. But when things got serious, it just threw me in a whirlwind. And this actually had been my first time, aside from like grocery runs, that I've been out to like a different place. Because usually it's just work and straight back home to shower and just straight to my room. And I'm like,
and you said that you isolated yourself, where your parent or your mom brought your food to your room.
well, yeah, because of the whole job thing. Eli has brought it, or E, whatever.
I mean, everybody knows my name already, but if you don't know my name, who are you?
Yeah, but he's mentioned that before in previous episodes that we had.
I try to mention it little enough. I mean, it's just enough for it wouldn't get me in trouble,
Well, I mean,
But then again, we're not adding on a contract, right?
Well,
I don't know.
Even then, workplaces, we're not the only workplace that has had positive cases. Fortunately, our workplace has only had one, and I hope it stays that way. But
One under the sun.
but yeah, we split shifts. This is my first real talk with E.
Cross contamination right
Yeah.
here. This is A shift. I'm B shift.
Yeah, so
Shift.
the positive case was in my shift, so I freaked out like totally, because I was already freaking out before then, but seeing it come so close to me just kind of just flipped the switch, and I was like, oh my god, it's getting closer and closer. And then after that, I don't know, I felt like things were just like closing in on me, that I was like, you know what, I gotta quarantine. So I took the thing, with the temperature checks twice a day, not leaving my room, like going straight from like how frontline workers, shout out to all of them, even though yeah, we work, but we're not actually
Associated as much with patients, but
we're not frontline. So
now we're gonna get associated with patients coming up in a couple. Monday.
Yeah, but we're still not frontline, and
No, we're not.
It takes a lot of bravery and a lot of guts to do a lot of the stuff that those doctors and those nurses are doing.
And that's what.
So
remember how they gave us at McDonald's for free services for food?
Yeah.
Because you're a coworker or an essential, or in the health industry.
Yeah.
And I told one of my coworkers, I'm like, I feel like I don't deserve this shit. Like I honestly feel like I don't like. Why are you giving this to me? Give it to somebody who needs food, because I feel like I don't deserve it. And then they're like, well, if it's not, like, I think, well, the one that works with me and register, she's like, well, don't feel that way, because what you do does make a difference. You give out medication to patients. You give people who need blood medication, diabetic medications. You give people who, basically who it's like life or death medications, and also you're the ones that bagging all those medications for everybody across the states over here in our metroplex area. So you're doing a difference. I'm like, well, I guess I didn't see it that way, but I feel like because
because we're not in the
front lines with patients, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's why I feel like I don't deserve that stuff. But then she told me that, I was like, well, I guess seeing it that way, it makes me feel a little better, but at the same time, I still feel like I think they should get more praise than we should. All we do, we hide behind a wall and ship out medications. That's how I see it. But I don't know.
How I see it is like if you want to think of it as like military wise, whatever.
With the National Guard.
not the National Guard.
Not a dash on National Guard.
We're like the administrators, like being out, hanging out in like the command center.
With the recruiters.
Yeah, like the actual the Marines and Army people are out there, like the doctors and nurses.
Okay, we're at the base. They're out there fighting.
Yeah,
that's basically how we.
That's how I see it. Like everybody plays their part in the whole general thing, but those doctors and those nurses out there, they're the ones that are actually like a little mistake could expose you to it. Like, yeah, we're out there too, but they're out there with those people that actually have the virus.
And we are already stressed out at our job as it is, and we don't even deal with that shit. You know what I mean? And imagine them who deal with it every single day. And not just that, the fact that it's just patients, right? Also, the news media is saying that it's not a big deal, and some people are saying it's not a big deal, and some people are saying it's a big deal. Like this misconception of news, and people who go and they don't know what the hell, what's right and what's not right.
Yeah.
And then the nurses and the doctors who are there firsthand, they know what's up, and I'm sure that equals more frustration for them.
Yeah. So.
And it's just like, what?
So I mean, shout out to them, because literally, I'm just since this whole thing started, I don't know how I've kept it together, but I can only imagine what they have done, because if I was in their spot, I would have broken down a long time ago.
Well, I broke down twice. I think I've mentioned it before on the podcast that I've just been frustrated sometimes where I don't know how my job I don't know how the job is going to look at in a week from now, or what's going to happen a week from now, especially when the whole positive outbreak happened. I feel like I just couldn't, like, I don't know, it just so much shit happened to me. I was like, oh man, you know, and I broke down, and like sometimes I even cried at work, and I was like, god dang it, why am I crying? It's weird. I should have cried. I'm not even in the middle. I'm not even out there like the nurses are, you know what I mean? I'm like, no, like why am I bitching? Why am I bitching? I have a job.
Yeah.
Like, why am I complaining? I'm still healthy. I have good health insurance. Like, why? And then little by little, I started feeling better. And you know what? I should just take it day by day. And you know, if it happens, we'll get through it somehow. That's how I started seeing it.
Yeah, and you know, and yeah, that's how you should take it. You know, day by day, the little things, the little positive things. Just take them with stride. You know, like he was saying. You know, McDonald's giving us like food and stuff. So sometimes you don't realize how much just one simple meal can help you feel a little better. So you know, just the little things. You know, things are kind of right now. They're kind of. Is it gonna get worse? Is there a second wave? Is there whatever? We don't know, because you know. So you hear the good news about stuff, that some drugs and some stuff that are working. You hear some vaccines that are reacting good, but then you hear stuff negative about the second wave and whatnot. So right now, you know, just stay positive. You know, things we're all in this. I mean, you've heard this many times, but we're all in this together. So you know, if me, you know,
before I finish it all,
you know, we're if what
it tastes better when it's like warmer.
Well, because it's honey. Honey is always good.
Damn, that's it. Damn, I wanted more. It started to get better. Or mama getting buzzed. I don't know.
But yeah, you know, if I can sort of keep my life going semi okay, you know, we can get through this, because you know I'm not a poster boy for, you know, for bravery, because you know I chicken out a lot.
Yeah, me too. You know. And also, I mean, it's like unrelated, but also things going on in the world. The whole George Floyd stuff, like people who are out there protesting. I don't know. On Tuesday, because this episode comes out on Tuesday, I don't know if you're still going to be protesting, but I hope justice is served. I just want to say...
Well, they arrested the guy.
They're trying him for 4th degree murder?
Yeah.
Right? Which is unintentionally killing somebody?
Yeah, which is
ridiculous.
Ridiculous. I mean, they want to get all the cops. The other cops that were just standing there not doing anything.
Maybe they could be charged with 4th degree, and the guy down the neck could be charged with 1st degree.
Yeah,
and in that sense, I mean, again, I think the family deserves justice for George Floyd, and obviously anybody else who suffered that police brutality and who died on the hands of police. It's very difficult too, because I have friends who are in the police department.
Yeah, it's not us like bashing cops, because cops, and you know, not every just because a handful of bad cops exist doesn't mean that all cops are bad, because you know they're out there protecting us too. So
and then there's a thing about that too, like, well, if it's one bad apple, it's not all of them are, but one bad apple could run the whole industry, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like hey bro, hey, I got away with it, you could get away with it too, come on, you know. But you're right.
And I've seen cops too, like videos of cops like like saying like this cop is wrong. You know, what he did is should be tried as murder. So it you know,
Yeah.
it's not just because I know a lot of cops get you know bad rep because of a few of them, but not all of them are like that, and the majority of them I would like to think are not like those cops, because you know they sign up to protect the community, and that includes every race. It's not just, you know, whites or whatever, but unfortunately that's what we live in, a society that, you know, that takes a few bad people and just makes them, everybody is bad.
And what I think what I spoke to him before, I'm like, him and I had different experiences with cops. I've had experiences with cops that have been horrible, and I've been afraid because most of the time, I either been automatically into behind a cop's car. I've been arrested and I've gone to jail, but I mean that's the whole other thing with warrants. That's my fault. But I think whenever he asked me, I'm like, dude, there's sometimes the Mexican cops are more racist to the Mexican people, because I've always gotten shit from Mexican cops, but the white cops are nice to me, which is weird. But then again, like there's been times where there's a white cop that's been a dick to me when I'm being nice. You know, it just depends. It feels like it's like a lottery, right?
Yeah.
You don't know what kind of cop you're gonna get. But ever since the first time I got pulled over, because back then I used to have my lights fucked up because I didn't have money to fix a lot of things, so I would just go take the car as it is, and I'll get pulled over because my tail light's broken, or something doesn't work, or my brake lights wasn't working, so I'll get pulled over consistently. And every experience was different from a cop. It was never like, oh, the majority of experiences was good. I've had majority experiences where it's been bad. But then again, I was a young person back then. Maybe I was being a dick sometimes. But most of the times when I got pulled over, what I would do is I'll turn on my keys, put it on top of on top of the steering wheel, put my hands on top, make sure he sees my hand, and then go from there. But yeah, sometimes it's frustrating, and I get it, and I get the riots, and people say why loot Target and this and that.
Oh yeah, I saw.
And I'm like, well, I mean, I don't think they intended to, and maybe some people didn't, and it just happened. And sometimes things get out of hand, but there's no. And people say there's always a right way to protest, but I don't think there's a right way to protest.
Well, a lot of people, whenever because it's riots. The thing with riots is that, yeah, I understand that people are angry and they're upset, but the thing with riots is that it can get easily corrupted, because you might be starting off with like a peaceful thing, but there's always going to be those people that like, I just want to trash something, I just want to steal, they're going to this Target, I'm just going to go steal a couple of TVs or whatever. And that's why a lot of people are like, yeah, there's a right way to protest. And a lot of people point to like Martin Luther King, his his march on Washington and all that stuff, like it was like sit-ins and all that stuff, because they were peaceful, but they were trying to prove a point. So that's why a lot of people point to that, because there's been stuff that's done, there's been protests done that are peaceful, and then there are protests done that are bad, like riots, and it kind of
and few in between too. Because what the thing about the riots, right? Like what I've seen on Twitter, and then like I said, you have to go to factual checks before you start to realize what's right or what's not. Like there's been some misconception that they burned down the building and AutoZone, but people are saying, why would people in the community
AutoZone?
No, yeah, they burned down some part of AutoZone, or like messed it up. But also the building, the five-story building of apartments that they were building, that they burned them down. But like, they were like, why would a community burn down their own, building that they're building inside the community? It wouldn't make sense. They were saying that it was also a cost behind it.
Oh,
and
like other people?
Yeah, there's a video of there's still allegedly a cop breaking the AutoZone windows. And like he standed out completely. He had an umbrella, tactical gear, and he just walked up, boom, 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 breaking windows. And a guy's like, "Hey, whoa, come down, why you breaking the windows?" And he just boom, boom, and he walking away. And he followed him, and then everybody else followed him. Like, you're a cop, and like, hey, get away from me. The other guy. There's a video on Surface on Twitter.
Well, see,
but there's a lot of things that that the media, like, it just generalizes all as a whole riot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because with media, I don't want to get too controversial or whatever.
It's fine. I mean, it's our opinion. We could be wrong, but like, okay. Before we go anywhere further, I just want to say, I hope, cause I want to go by the family. They want a peaceful riot. They want
justice.
They want justice
for their son, their
Yes.
brother, husband.
Yeah, and they want just the cops to be arrested. They want it to be tried. So that's the main focus, and that's what it should be. So I just want to know. I just want to be out there that's what I hope it happens, and I want that to be justified. Like, well, George Floyd, he wasn't in the wrong, and also that those people, the cops, they should go to jail for that.
Yeah.
And trial. So that's what I hope happens, and that's what this whole protesting should be, and what it is about. Now, us talking about the rights specifically it's just an opinion of what we both have. It's not to bash what's going on in trial, stuff like that. And I mean him. I'm sure you prefer peaceful protesting, but I know there's certain circumstances that makes the peaceful turn to riots. And I kind of agree with some of the riots, and I kind of agree with people who say, like, I'm in the middle. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I get the riot and I get the looting. At the same time, maybe things get out of hand, or
the looting, the riots. Okay, that's fine. The
looting might be a little off.
Yeah, looting is never a thing, and that
it's part of it though. People who take advantage of
they take advantage of a situation. But the thing is with looting and riots in general, because when you put the word riot in it, you're associated with destruction, and you're associated with mayhem, and yeah, I know people are angry, but when you start doing those types of things, it kind of gives gasoline to the fire of what the counter argument is, that like, oh, they're savages, they're brutal, they're criminal. Look what they're doing. So that's another point that a lot of people are saying, like, we shouldn't be doing this, because that gives them more
fuel to go at us or at them. And that's what the mom said. They shouldn't. We don't want to stoop at their level.
Yeah.
And I agree in some ways. Like, I think I told Em, like, well, because the whole Rodney King thing, the same thing with the riots.
Yeah, the Rodney King riots.
And like, it became a thing where it's just they had burned things down. Like protesting sometimes never helps. So you just have to show them what they know their language is: violence. You taught us violence, we're gonna teach you violence. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna blood with blood. An eye for an eye kind of situation. But I mean, what does that solve? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it kind of destroys your own community.
As the saying says, an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. So
yes, but I guess what I told Em, we're kind of like, I feel like I'm naive in a situation where I don't know, like, I've never been in a protest before. Like, I've been wanting to before.
Yeah,
I just never. I've never been in one, so I can't really say you should do this. But I've never been in a protest, so I don't know how it happens.
Yeah, all these opinions are coming from two guys that have never been out there protesting or anything. I don't know where your views stand. My stands are pretty, I guess you could say, in the liberal side. So, and
I'm more on the moderate side.
I mean, you're more central, I guess.
Yeah, I'm leaning left more than right. But yes, moderate.
But you
like a flip flop. I just get it.
So I've never done any protests. I have some views, but I've never felt the need to go out there. So a lot of the stuff that we're saying, I guess we're being I guess you could say couch protesting, which is
and the thing is, like, I'm not vocal about it. Like, I tweet, I like stuff, and like I said on the podcast, like, I mean, why not talk about it? I know it's a harsh subject, and people may not be able to talk about it because they're not professionals like us. But again, we have opinions.
Professional.
I mean, we're not professionals like them. My bad.
Hey, if you want to make us professionals, we're professionals.
Yeah, whatever you want to see in our eyes. But I think for us, it's part of our life. It's part that's happening consistently. So it's a topic that I feel like, I mean, I told Kay that I was going to mention it, but I wasn't sure we were going to talk about it. But we're not, like I say, we're not the most political or things like that. But we do believe racists could fuck off and they could suck a dick and they could go to hell and burn up and get fucked by Satan and get fucking. Okay, I should stop. But you know what I mean? I think racists are fuck them. There's no it's fine. There's some no, fuck that. Racist is fucking stupid. So that's like 20 shots right there. But but what I'm trying to say is like for us, like we hate that shit. So like with something that it's a part of our life that we need to talk about, regardless of if we don't know the best of it. It's just our opinion, and I'm sure people want to have their opinions out there too as well. And maybe we're wrong, and if we are, we're always open to conversation. It's never like
I mean
we're right all the time.
But also going back to what you were saying about the media stuff, I think what I was trying to say is that the media can can play a part in making this
overblown
or
misconstrue it.
Yeah, just like it did with the pandemic and all that stuff, and just
and that's why they tagged up CNN.
Yeah,
because they were making it seem like, oh shit, it's going crazy.
And yeah, it's a serious thing, and we got to be careful and stuff, and also this all the riots and all this stuff. Yeah, it's a serious thing also. But at the end of the day, you gotta. I've always had the mentality that at the end of the day, news and media in general is a business. So they're trying to make the headlines that are gonna be more attractive, more cash grabbing.
Click.
Yeah. At the end of the day, they're just clickbait.
But I like I said, I would like to believe there's some news outlets that really care, but there's only so far in between. Like we don't. It's just, I don't know, man. Like that's why whenever I go to Twitter, I go by like what they record and what they physically see. Like the whole CNN reporter getting arrested. Like that was literally, it's not like it shows just some part where it feels like it's truthful. And like the one girl that was recording got shot by paintball or air bullets. I don't know if you've seen that one too, the news reporter.
No.
She just got shot up with the other people. Like, oh damn, like that's crazy as shit.
No, I seen the one that it's a reporter and it was like an actual news reporter and they got arrested.
Yeah, I seen that one. That one's stupid. Like he's asked like, where do you want us to go? And then they just like, but I think he said that because he even then like he was trying to make the officers feel like, okay, it was justified what they did to me because they said that somebody else was running behind them and they arrested that guy and then I guess they were like, on edge, so they just arrested all the crew kind of situation, which I mean it's fine. Like, if he feels that way, he feels that way.
And then now they're deploying the National Guard.
Yeah, man, so much is gonna go down, and I mean, how do you feel if you're National Guard going down there when it's your home and they're protesting for a rightful reason? It's not like it's malicious thing that they're gonna do.
Well, I mean,
I get that this got out of hand.
Yeah, it got out of hand real fast.
But what could have stopped that? What could have stopped that out of hand? Literally just arrest the fucking 4 cops.
Yeah, that's true.
Just arrest the 4 cops. Nothing would have happened. Just arrest the 4 cops. But what happened? They protected him in his house.
That was never gonna happen. But I guess to play devil's advocate here, maybe they shouldn't have looted some stuff and they shouldn't have been as destructive as they could, as they were. Maybe do a little bit more of a peaceful protest. Because I mean, this is not the. Maybe it's just that there was so much pent up aggression or pent up frustration with everything that's been going on, nowadays. Because
they happened literally like almost back to back, and it was Ahmaud. And then it was that one young woman that was AMT.
Yeah.
And then there was video of both of those, the Ahmaud and this one with George Floyd, that prove that they didn't do the wrong, and they were slaughtered in deadlight in front of everybody. And
Yeah.
and you know, it took that long for them to go to justice, like to go to jail. Those other 3 guys, which is crazy. It's almost the same amount as the 4 cops. But it's taking a long. It's taking like that one. They had with the mom. They had people who they knew in the cops. Those guys, so they weren't really charged until like protest. And then with George Floyd, the main guy, the chubby dude that was like, hey, I didn't see any strangulation. He already had pre-existing symptoms, whatever this and that. Like the cop had their back too. So yes, it was pent up frustration, and I guess all that accumulated into just this.
Yeah.
So it's just they had it coming. You get me? Like they could have solved this a long time ago by giving justice, like they say, like being just, having justice. What they're all what they're all for, They could have avoided the whole Ahmaud thing, but just, they had the video. The attorney had the video, and they thought that was going to help them out. So they were hiding that already. If it wasn't for that, they would have never been in jail. They would have never been accused. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they would have gone away scot-free. So that was just pure luck that he sent that out to the attorney. They would have never arrested those people. So that was just luck. That wasn't even justice. You know what I mean? That was just luck. And then with this whole Floyd, for me, it seems simple thing just to arrest the cops and then go have a trial. And then now I feel like with this,
Well, because even still with trials,
they can still get away with it.
Yeah, they can still get away
and
with it.
I feel like that's gonna happen. But I feel like that's why they're protesting and rioting as much as it is now, because they know that they're gonna do that. They know they're gonna go to that. Oh, it's a trial, but he's gonna go to jail for 5 months and then get out of bond. You get me?
Yeah.
So I think they're aiming to we know what the fuck you're gonna do. We know what you're gonna do. So we're not gonna stop until we get the justice we need.
Even with all this protest, there's still gonna be a shot. There's still a likelihood that he's gonna get off, and that all the other cops are gonna get off too. Because unfortunately, that's where we live in, and it's not like this is the first case that they've had proof of a wrongdoing, and then the cop gets off easy. So and then I feel like it got way out of hand because everything, not just because of that, this year hasn't been exactly a good year. So, people are on edge, more than they usually are.
True. That is true. Yeah.
So, I feel that there might have been fault on both sides. Yeah, it's a tragic thing that should have been, taken more justice should have been done. But yet on the other side, maybe they shouldn't have rioted as much as they should have, because this happened, but by people taking it to the extreme that it did, burning down places. And it wasn't just the Target, like he said, the AutoZone, and it wasn't just the AutoZone. There's been videos of restaurants and other businesses.
You said that Ohio?
Yeah.
It was the the White House, but it wasn't even the White House. It was Ohio's I forgot what it was, but they were at the White House at one point, but they never broke into the White House. But there was a thing that looked like the White House, but it was in Ohio, and it was days back, and people made it seem like it was
and then the White House protests, they locked the White House down. Really, come on, guys.
I was kind of okay with that.
No, I mean,
really? It's I don't know, man. Like I said, for me, what's gonna work? What's gonna work?
It's the White House. What are they gonna? There were protests. There were protesters.
It's closer to the main person who literally said, they start looting, we start shooting, kind of situation.
If the guy gets taken out, will be any worse than what we are now?
I don't think it'll be better, but I feel like it'll antagonize the right. I mean, you know what? Fuck it. The right wing
Yeah.
fucking shooters that they're we're gonna have to go out there and shoot these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And I that's what I'm afraid of. That's the one thing I'm afraid of is that those motherfuckers are to come out and be like, all right, so you wanna riot? Let me come out. Like those two guys that had the cops, the guns.
What I mean is this is not the first time there's been protests at the White House, but they made it seem like, oh my God, the president is in trouble.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Like I said, the media kind of made it seem like Fox News literally on there. These hooligans over here protest. Why you gotta fucking call them hooligans? They're protesters.
There's.
I'm gonna say sure there's white people over here want to go get their haircuts.
I'm pretty sure there's protesters at the White House every other day, but this time they like shut it down and they got like all the Secret Service, whatever. And
why? Because it's protesting because it's for a black person.
Yeah, but you know.
Sorry, I'm gonna throw one F-bomb. Fuck you. You know, fuck you.
I mean, I don't know easy views, but my views, I don't really care about our president right now.
I don't give a shit. I mean, like, okay. So let me just say as much before we go into the next topic. Before I don't want to leave it off in a bad note. I just want to say, for the family of George Floyd, we're well with you, and I'm sure all of the whole world is too as well. And hopefully, you get justice that you deserve.
Yes, and unfortunately, he's been added to a long list of other injustices. Starting off with oh man, I'm blanking.
Yeah, you're blacking out. I mean, there's a lot, dude. There's a lot.
Well, I would like to blame the alcohol, but there is.
And we're laughing because, like I said, it's just we're trying to live. It's just how we kind of cope with things.
Yeah, I mean.
Not because we want to make it funny, no.
Yeah, and fortunately, we're Hispanic, so technically, we're minorities. Fortunately, I have not had to deal with.
You're white. Just kidding.
Fortunately, my interaction with cops have been very limited to just traffic stops. Unfortunately, they have been just pretty tamed compared to what has happened, and I hate to have to. I hate that George Floyd has been just added to another number. He's just another statistic, and it shouldn't be that way. If somebody gets killed, there should be, killed for wrong things. There should be a murder case. But unfortunately, that's what society that we live in, and we may be bottom of the shelf podcasters, but like he said, we stand with George Floyd's family, and hopefully justice will be served to the cops and any wrongdoing that has been done.
Yes. So with that being said, we don't want to end the podcast that way. I mean, I don't mind either, but I did want to talk about one thing before we moved on, or before we even stopped the podcast, is SpaceX. They literally launched a man-made here from the USA. I mean, I don't know.
Honestly, I have not kept up with that. I know my brother
Falcon 9 or some shit like that.
I know my brother has had that thing on like constantly, but to be honest, I have not kept track with it.
I watched the video and I had goosebumps. I was squealing like crazy, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is history. This is literally history. And
why?
Because we haven't. It's been like, I think since '68. I forgot when.
We stepped on the moon.
2011. Since we had a U.S. man-made.
Yeah, but it's still a private company.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, it's U.S.
Yeah, but it's a private company,
yeah,
so Elon Musk can take it somewhere else.
Yeah, he can. But I'm just saying it happened here in the U.S. Well, but it just sucks because it's under Trump's taking the credit. You know what I mean? And I don't like that. Is he? Yeah, because he's SpaceX and all that. I mean, what's it called? His branch?
Space Force.
Space Force. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but it's a private company.
Still, but he literally talked on the live feed.
He did?
Yeah, I didn't know he was talking on it. I was like, what the fuck? Like, oh, this is a good way to avoid the whole protest shit. Like, talking about, space and all that shit.
I don't know, man. He's just trying to get reelected.
He's gonna get reelected, which is fucking sucks.
Which sucks, yeah.
I mean, you think about it. I mean, okay, I'm sorry. Like Joe Biden. Like I mean, I'm gonna fucking vote for you, but I don't. I mean, and my friend
where
always
you
tells me,
been, Joe Biden? Come on. And then when he comes on, he does that stupid shit about you. If you ain't vote for me, you ain't
You're
black.
black.
Come on,
Oh,
Joe Biden. Come on, man.
okay, because my friend Emerson is like, wait, so you're gonna vote for Biden just because he's the only one that's there? Like, yeah. Why? Why wouldn't I? Why fucking wouldn't I? What if I were like you? I'm not saying M, but like if people who. Biden is stupid, Trump's dumb. Like, bitch, vote for fucking Biden if you're gonna be already going for a fucking Democratic.
Well, yeah.
Just do it already. I mean,
look,
I told him like we already know what we're gonna get with Trump.
Yeah.
Kind of already know what we're gonna get with Trump. Next year, he's gonna give less of a shit.
Yeah, because he doesn't have to worry about re-election.
Yes.
So he's gonna he's got the cuffs off. So he's
just gonna do what the fuck he wants after that. He's just this either it's gonna get worse, or he's gonna be like, well, I'll let my department do their job. And that's it. What the fuck at the way?
And their department, to be honest, his cabinet is fucking stupid.
So it's fucking ridiculous.
There's no shot for me. A rare shot from my side.
I like okay, Fauci. I love you, bro. I'm sorry that you're in that position.
Yeah.
But what? That's what people are like. People are like, oh, why should I vote? You know, why? I was gonna go for Bernie. From day one, since before all this happened, before the first election happened, he was so close. And fuck you, Hillary, for taking him out the fucking position.
I voted for Bloomberg. So.
Oh well, I mean, what?
I mean, I like.
You know who's gonna go for after Bernie? I was gonna go with Yang.
Were you just doing it because of his?
No, that's because his stimulus check for $1,000. I was doing it because he was.
And look what happened. Look, Trump took it up, and now he's signing the checks just so you can pretend to think that he sent it,
and
but
he
he
fucking
didn't
got
send
his.
it.
He said this. Yeah, if you think he sent it to you personally, you're fucking stupid. Sorry. I mean, if you listen to my podcast, you like me. So
it was Congress that pushed that through. Trump had nothing to do with it.
And for people who haven't got their stimulus check till this day, that's the reason why. Just because he needed that fucking check signed under his name.
Yeah, now they're doing credit cards.
Oh yeah,
did you hear that?
Oh no.
No, yeah, they're doing those pre-filled credit debit cards.
Like how stores do for you. Like, hey, here's a credit for you. Whatever you want to buy. It's so stupid. I don't know, dude. I feel like he's gonna get voted because people are riled up now because of the whole COVID. He's doing a great thing, and then economy.
Which he didn't do great things.
He got out of the fucking WHO. Which people was it WHO?
No, he didn't get out of WHO. He just said that he just contradicted a lot of WHO's stuff.
I get that China influences them a lot, but like they're coming up with the vaccine, you know. And if they do come up with the vaccine, just take the vaccine. Take the vaccine.
No, the thing is that the WHO had a whole bunch of tests, like at the very beginning of this whole thing. They're like, hey,
it's
we have all
name.
Yeah. Well, it's the World Health.
My Jones.
World Health Organization, but
I wanted more meat, dude. This is good.
You're just bust now.
But it became better after the first.
Everything
cup.
tastes better when you're buzzed.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm not as buzzed compared to before.
But anyways, WHO had a whole bunch of tests that they were like, hey, do you need these tests? And Trump was like, no, we don't. Thanks. And those tests would have helped out a lot. And
Thanks.
then, you know,
Trump ass.
Now we're
falling behind.
We're behind. We're the epicenter. We're the most cases. You know, I mean, I know Brazil is catching up very, very fast.
But was Brazil considered a second world country or
they're considered a third world country?
We're first, right?
But that doesn't matter.
No, but I'm saying like they're barely catching up to us. We should be like, I'm not being big about it, but we should be ahead.
No, the thing with Brazil is that
the guy, right? The president?
No. The thing with Brazil is that when it hit hard because of all you know the poverty that's there. The you know they can't exactly social distance like
because it's all in a big old
because of the favelas and all that stuff. And so it hits poorer nations harder than it does.
The same way with the whole here in the United States, Black Americans are taken right from the.
Yeah, they say that it hits minority groups
statistically,
better,
Yeah.
but harder.
Mexicans.
But
And anybody with diabetic and now.
well, I mean, we don't even know nowadays.
Everything's fucking skewed, man. I don't know.
Well, because now they're blaming the U.S. being the like high, like the number one in cases because of an increased testing, and yeah,
Because increased testing, dude. There's like what? Increased testing, like. I don't know.
why?
I don't know, because I was thinking more increased testing. Like, okay, so we're not even close to people. We're not even close to other countries where it comes to testing.
So
but I mean, he says it's because of testing. No, if we were at the exact same amount of testing as other countries are, and we're still higher, then yeah, you could probably say that. But we're not even close to the same testing as other countries.
Yeah. So think about that. We're not even close to the testing that other countries have. So technically, we should be even higher than what they're saying right now.
The projections are, or you know what I mean? Like the statistics are just like, and plus it tells you who wants to show what. So like sometimes it's less, sometimes it's high. It just look fuckers. Sorry, not fuckers, but look, sorry people out there. Just be safe and keep your distance. I mean, we're like what 3 feet apart. We're not doing the thing justice, but. We did sanitize everything, and then we are in the same area, so like.
Well, hopefully you've stayed away from other places.
I have.
Well, not tomorrow when you'll be out there.
Oh
in the
yeah,
wild.
I know. Tomorrow will be a different story, but hey, we find out in 2 weeks, right? Just kidding. But look, and all jokes aside, just if you feel like you need to be safe, wear a mask. And then don't be a dick about it. Don't be a dick about it. We never wore masks our entire life, and I work with it. 10 hours, sometimes 12 hours at one point when we first started, and I hated it. But I mean, you just gotta get used to it. And
I don't mind the mask.
I don't mind
anymore.
no more. Dude, I take a shit with the mask on, and guess what? I don't smell my shit.
I do that too.
I'm like, man, I should wear a mask when I take a shit more often, because I'm like,
no, but
I'm like, this is nice, like man. And then I fart everywhere when I work out. When I go to work, sometimes I farted like. With my coworker, and she's like, I smell it. Like, why? How do you smell it? I'm like, it's disgusting. I smell broccoli, and I'm like, whoa, shit, broccoli's good, you know.
A shout out to that coworker. You said she was going to listen to it,
well,
so if she does,
I mean, yeah, well,
if she gets to this pot, you know,
hey, what's up?
Shout out. You're doing a good work. You're doing your job covering my area, and you know,
taking care of me,
taking care of him, because you know, we're split now, and I don't know when we're gonna get back to normal.
Real quick, for the viewers out there, the camera might turn off in a few minutes, so just let you know. If you want to hear the rest of this, if you go on more, check us out at the Top Pause Podcast on Twitter, on every platform that you can hear podcasts at, and also check us out on Twitter and on Instagram. You'll see on the links below on the video, but just let you know, if it turns off, that's what happens. So we're set. So like, if it turns off, it turns off. Unless you're done.
You need to invest some of that stimulus check in a better camera.
I know, but actually the iPhone is a really good camera compared to other cameras. Like it does its job. It's just
but it's just limited to what it can do.
But it's because I have 4K. If I had 1080p, it would literally be like 3 hours.
What's our hour right now?
It should literally stop in 2 minutes or so.
Hey, J-Trey went for 2 hours, so.
Well, I could stop the camera. I'll let the camera go as long as it is, but I want to let them know what's up. So I'm gonna keep recording.
By the way,
do you want more beers?
No.
I can get some Michelob's.
No, I'm good.
You sure? It's definitely really good. This is really good. I honestly, I thought it was gonna be like I should force myself to drink it, cause the gin, that one I just said fuck that, I'm not drinking it. And this one, it just became better and better.
You didn't even finish.
Yeah, that's just full on. Fuck.
I came over here and corrected his mistake from the previous episode. He just threw everything into a cup. You know. So he just threw everything into a cup. He didn't follow directions. And all right. He didn't follow any directions. He went off the directions of what the aviation gin had. By the way, Ryan Reynolds, you make some good gin. That was smooth. I had a gin and tonic earlier. That was some good gin. But anyways, he just threw everything into a bucket. He didn't follow directions. He didn't stick to the things, so that's why it was terrible. But anyways, I made him some gin and tonic earlier, and he didn't even finish it. It's standing right over there, full, and I don't know what to say. But anyways, okay, man, I'm lost. But anyways, yeah, gin and tonic. He needs to drink it. Funny little anecdote that with current things going on, tonic water. He didn't know what tonic water was. He thought it was just regular mineral water. What makes tonic water?
Like piss in here. I walked in here. I was like, God dang, it smells like piss.
It's your dog. But anyways, what makes tonic water is the guanine that's in it, and guanine, is the base ingredient of what chloroquine and hydroxychloroquine is made out of. So I'm sure you have heard about these medicines.
Yeah, it's very controversial.
With our current pandemic, it was a drug that it was one of the very first drugs that that was made widely available to cure COVID, which right now it didn't really pan out because the virus is tricky. Man, I'm buzzing.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing? You just got hit hard. Okay, we're gonna finish these beers and be over the podcast. So,
but anyways,
wait,
hold on.
Okay,
hold on.
Yeah, okay.
Tonic water has quinine in it, and that's what hydroxychloroquine and chloroquine is made out of. And tonic water was invented because back in the day, they used to give people chloroquine to help with malaria, as hydroxychloroquine and chloroquine is now used for to help combat malaria and other autoimmune disease. But chloroquine is extremely bitter. It's like very, very bitter. So what people would do back then is that they would mix it with mineral water and to make it a little bit more palatable. And that's what made tonic water. And then eventually it evolved to a gin and tonic because people thought that by adding a little bit of gin, it made it even more tolerable. So they started mixing the tonic water with gin to drink. And
sorry, continue. I got this.
So they started mixing the tonic water with gin to make it easier to drink. And you got gin and tonic. There you go. That's what happened. But anyways, as E comforts his little puppies. And come on, girl. Go over there. I don't think the mom wants to go over there. Did you just let all the puppies out?
Who let the dogs out?
Who? But anyways.
Yeah, they get to just chill. Come here, girls. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. It's like they're crying. They want their puppies. They're all scared.
But anyways, going back to what we were talking about before, we had to switch beers.
What were we talking about? SpaceX?
No, politics. I sure hope.
We were talking about SpaceX. We just moved on fast from it.
No, we talked a little bit of SpaceX, and then we literally went to
talking shit about Trump. Oh yeah, because he was having a speech. By the way, Michelob, we're not sponsored by them, but people say, oh, it's disgusting, but this is a beer if you just want to drink and not get buzzed right away, and you know what you're gonna get, and you could drink it. It's like not like water specifically, but it's pretty close, but it's good. I enjoy this, especially when it comes to gaming, when it comes to talking, conversation. At least you're coherent enough to have a conversation if you're drinking a whole bunch of these. Bud Light is different. I don't know. It's whatever. But
My last experience with Michelob did not end well.
But I think this one, I think it just knocked the Bud Light out the way. I mean, in my way. And for me, especially these kind of aluminum cans are great. They keep it more insulated, more cooler. So
What's the time?
and we're at an hour and 14 minutes. So we're going to finish this beer and we're going to end the podcast.
Okay.
You're cool with that? Because I feel like you're getting more buzz, and I feel like now you're not more coherent than I would think you are. I feel great. I think you're more buzzed than I am, which is crazy. I think it's got just a tad bit more than that. More than me on the meat.
Yeah.
And no, actually, what? Because of gin and tonic. You drank
Yeah.
the gin and tonic.
Yeah. I finished my gin and tonic. He did not. As I pointed out earlier, it's over there. He took like 3 sips, and that was it.
Oh, dude, I don't even know if either I'm not a fan of gin, or I'm just because I hate.
No, it's a
I
tonic.
hate. What's it called? The water.
Carbonated water.
I hate carbonated water. I don't know what people would see in it. It's like Coke, but water. No. It's fucking death. That's what I think. It's death. All right. So all those drinks are Alka-Seltzers, whatever. Those claws, those
White Claw.
anything that has carbonate in it, fuck off. All right. I mean, podcast wise, maybe you like them. I mean, he does like some of it. But for me personally, if you're out there and you're a White Claw fan, and you're my future wife, fuck off.
I do not.
I just don't like it. It's just like shit.
I did not like tonic water, mostly because of the bitterness, because I hate bitterness. But I forget the brand. What's it called?
White Claw?
No, the tonic water that I brought.
Oh, tonic water. Hi, Gigi.
She's on my foot.
Yep. Somebody peed. I smell pee. They're playing with the cables. Hato.
Talk while I look this up.
Well, you know my dog is called Hato. Do you know why she's called Hato?
No.
Because of PewDiePie.
Oh.
He goes, Hato, which is his spy, I guess.
Oh, it's a dog. Hey,
Yeah, it's a girl.
why is she licking my foot? But anyways, Fever Tree. What went wrong with your tonic water thing is that you should never skimp out on trees. On tonic water.
Look at you, puppy. Look at you, cute puppy. Maybe the camera's off already, but whatever.
Man, this is the ending is.
And he's just like, what the hell are they talking about? Tonic water, puppies, gin. My puppy's over there. This is one I'm giving away.
I'm
so
just
sad.
I'm just blowing off some steam because this is my first
Getting out the
outing.
house. Yeah. Hey,
I-
that's where it is. It's free. Just chill, relax, blow some steam, give your opinion, and you know what's up.
But anyways, tonic water you should never skimp out of, which was his first mistake out of the whole thing. But I like Fever Tree. The brand is pretty good. They have very good different mixers, especially their tonics. Their ginger beer is okay. I mean, you know, you can ginger beer is, you know, it's to your taste because you can like spicier ginger beer but less spicier ginger beers. So ginger beer I will leave up to you, but their tonic water is very good, and I personally like their elderflower flavored tonic water.
What's elder?
You don't know what elderflower is?
No.
It's a type of flower. Elderflower, obviously.
For those who are watching, I want to show you the puppy that I'm keeping out of all of them. All of them are brown, dark brown. But look at this one. What's going on here? Look at that blue eyes. What? Is this a blue eyes a puppy dragon? Huh?
Blue
Yeah.
Eyes White Dragon.
She's the biggest
For all
one
you
too.
Yu-Gi-Oh fans out there.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, she peed. It's all pee. It's all pee, buddies. But guess what? You're so cute. That's why you're so cute. Oh, you're peeing all over me. Okay. It's all good. She's cute. Here, let's put it in my pocket right here. Calm down. But tonic, yeah, I don't like anything when it comes to pure whatever water.
Mineral water, it's just your carbonation. I think that's what gets you.
I just never liked it. Like, I don't know what it is that people find fascinating about it. Is it just because the way it's like feels like it's Coke, but with just water?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. It's like having spiciness without the taste.
I don't. I really don't understand your hatred for carbonated water.
I don't know. I think it came off whenever back in Mexico, people used to say it's like a hangover remedy, and I drank it and I was like, oh, this is nasty, and what the fuck, and I almost threw up. And ever since then, I hated it. And I know it has flavors, and I know you could do all this other shit when it comes to the other different flavors, and it tastes like Coke if you mix it with the whole other shit. I'm like, no.
Well, before we get all weird, because I
think I already got weird when I got my puppies up here.
Yeah, before it gets all weird, I think this is where we should end it, because me and E don't usually. Once we start getting buzzed, things start getting crazy.
What do you want, crazy? You want that in your mouth.
So, I think this should be the stopping point. But before we leave, I would like to modify my
your outro?
My outro a little bit. By the way, you've been getting it wrong.
I feel like I've got to mix it up with you and M's outro.
Yeah, but
and
anyways,
J Trace outros too.
With everything that's been going on out there, I know our lives have been put on a loop, and I would like to give a little bit of a toast to all our frontline workers, because I know, me personally, I have my partner that works closely with a lot of COVID patients, and my brother that works with a lot of COVID patients, and I would like to give a little toast to them. I don't know if things are gonna get better, if things are gonna get worse, but I know that a lot of times a lot of them get shit on because of freedoms and whatever. But if even after this, if things get to back to normal, and if people tend to forget, you guys have kept us going through all of this, and I would like to lift this beer onto them, this toast with me and E.
Toast.
With
this ultra.
I hope we never forget, and you guys are truly the heroes of this pandemic. And without you guys, I don't know.
We don't know where we would be at.
So you frontline workers out there,
this is for y'all.
This one's for you.
Cheers. Ooh. Anyways, again, justice for George Floyd and for those workers, like how Kay said. We all appreciate you, even though we're in the very bottom of that line of health. Co-workers, we're there with you. We're sticking strong, and even if the second wave does come, we're ready for it.
Yeah,
we're ready for it.
And as a quote that I like to pick from one of my favorite books, and if you guys out there pick it out, comment down below. There's always, even in the darkest of times, there's always a little hope if you all just remember to turn on the lights. And I know I paraphrase that because I'm a little buzzed, but
inebriated.
And as the world goes through some dark times, just remember there's always a little hope around every corner.
So those fit the small stuff. Anyways, take care, guys. We all love you. Bye.